Right then, we are back, and today we are kicking things off with a SWE YouTube Tag Team Championship #1 contendership match, one of 3 of these over the next few days. This is a 4-way elimination tag team match featuring Chessman and Electroshock, the Brothers of Destruction, Undertaker and Kane, the Dark Order, John Silver and Alex Reynolds, and the debuting Knockout Brothers, Oscar and Yuto Ice. So first of all, we have got Chessman and Electroshock, these two former tag team champions in AAA together. It's a cool attire for Electroshock. I don't think we've used much of him either in the past, have we? I think I've used him a couple of times. Electro... Is it a K? Nope. We have used him before, haven't we? I'm sure we have. We haven't, you know. This is the debut of Electroshock. I'm sure we'd used him before. Electroshock. Let me just make sure that I've not got him mixed up with anybody yet. No. Electroshock, yeah. Okay. We have never used him before. That is news to me. I was convinced that we'd used him in the past, but evidently not. Okay. We've got even more debutants in this than we thought then. And of course, Electroshock is teaming up with Chessman, our very first ever SWE Hardcore champion, of course, winning that original Tournament of Death we did early on. These two are former AAA Tag Team champions together. But yeah, Electroshock making his debut here. Well, I need to add him onto the tag team rankings as well then, don't I, really? I've shocked myself here, I must admit. They don't have a proper tag team name. They literally are just called Electroshock and Chessman. Which is annoying, isn't it, really? Next up, then, we've got the SWE Hardcore Champion, The Undertaker, alongside his brother Kane as the Brothers of Destruction. Now, in the ranking system, I shall find it for you in a second. I'm just putting these two on there now. Boom, there we go. Undertaker and Kane, the Brothers of Destruction, are currently 12th in the ranking system on +6 after 19. Remember, this match, because it is a fatal 4-way elimination tag team match, the winners will get 4 points, which would actually move Undertaker and Kane up to joint 3rd position alongside the Dudley Boys, the Funks, and the current YouTube Tag Team Champions, Rated RKO, Randy Orton and Edge. And of course, The Undertaker defeated Terry Funk in the main event of Halloween Havoc just a couple of days ago to become that SWE Hardcore Champion. We'll be defending it next week as well in our November to Remember ECW show. There we go. This is the Dark Order's Alex Reynolds and John Silver. As a tag team, they've had 3 matches in the past and currently sit on -1. 2 matches back in 2021, and then, of course, they were involved in a War Games match earlier on in the week. That is the only opportunity these guys have had so far. And this is a big chance for them. I have wanted to use the Dark Order a lot more. I said this the other day, but we've really struggled for cause for them, I must admit. And then finally, we have got the debuting Knockout Brothers. I don't know a ton about these two. Yuto Ice or Yuto Nakashima and Oscar Lueb. They are currently part of Bullet Club War Dogs. Okay. They joined Bullet Club back in the middle of August 2025. Yeah, I don't know much about Oscar at all. Oscar is German. He's a 27-year-old German wrestler who has been mainly in New Japan. He did start training originally in Bad Luck Fale's dojo in New Zealand before doing some work in WXW and so forth, before now moving across to New Japan and showcasing what he can do. He is a former WXW Tag Team Champion alongside his tag team partner here, Yuto Ice. And he's a current IWGP Tag Team Champion as well. So these guys they're not slackers. We've seen a couple of teams debut this week now. Los Golpeadores, of course, earlier in the week, the team of Dragon Bane and Alpha Wolf, who are both from Pro Wrestling Noah. And then now the new Bullet Club tag team currently holding those IWGP Tag Team Championships. So at this point of the year as well, you would imagine these two guys are going to end up on Wrestle Kingdom in early January. So this is standard Fatal 4-Way Elimination Tag Team rules that we've used in the past. So no disqualifications, no countouts. Pinfalls and submissions count anywhere. Weapons, like I said, are completely allowed. Really, they're encouraged. If we can get some weapons in the use, that'd be great. Both members of the team need to be pinned or submitted to be fully eliminated. So in theory, you could be eliminated first and still go on to win the match if your tag team partner can go the distance. However, I must admit, I don't think we've ever had a match where somebody's been eliminated first and their tag team partner's gone solo all the way to the end. It's been very, very difficult to do that sort of stuff. But yeah. And of course, the winners will receive 4 points in the tag team division, 1 point for the win, and 3 bonus points for defeating multiple opponents. The 3 losing teams will get a -1 in the tag division. In the singles division, the 6 losers will receive a -1, and the 2 winners will receive a +1 in the singles division. And this is the first of 2 matches today. Up after this one, we will have Superman Penta going up against Lex Luthor. Well, not Lex Luthor, Lex Luger, but you know, it is the same trick, isn't it, really? Undertaker, that's not Undertaker, that's Kane there with the power slam on Electroshock. Yeah, Electroshock is a very established wrestler in AAA. He debuted back in 1992, and I've seen him wrestle many, many times, and that's why I'm shocked that I've never used him before. I'm shocked that he wasn't part of, and it's not a pun when I keep saying the word shocked, I apologise. I thought we might have used him in one of the Hardcore Championship tournaments, something like that, but we obviously haven't. In his past, he's a 1-time AAA Mega Champion, a 1-time AAA Mixed Tag Team Champion alongside Lady Apache. He is a 1-time Mexican National Lightweight Champion, a 3-time Mexican Tag Team Champion, twice alongside Abismo Negro, and once alongside his tag team partner here today, Chessman. And he's also a 1-time UWA Light Heavyweight Champion as well. He was also ranked number 57 in the PWI 500 in 2010, but has not been ranked since, by the looks of it. He also has an MMA background. Wow, okay. That opens things up. He's not very good, don't get me wrong. He's got 4 wins and 5 losses, but he does have an MMA background. Okay. Not touched it really since 2010. And also wrestled a couple of... Is he a wrestler? Yeah, he's also a wrestler. Hajime Ohara wrestled for CMLL. And Hiroki Sato, who's also a professional wrestler and MMA wrestler. Okay. Well, that's another option for us then. Electroshock having an MMA background, he can definitely be involved in the underground title. The division, that's the word I'm looking for, isn't it? So Undertaker looking to pick up his 2nd championship in a matter of a couple of weeks. Of course, he won the Hardcore Championship by defeating Terry Funk in that Texas Death Match on Friday. Now he has the opportunity to fight for the SWE YouTube Tag Team Championship. Not going to be easy, though. I mean, even if you win one of these Fatal 4-Way qualifying matches to get into the actual championship match on Sunday, you still then have to win another Fatal 4-Way elimination match against the winners of those other ones. And the other ones, we are going to have tomorrow Mexico's Most Wanted, Damien 666 and Halloween, versus the Broken Hardys, Matt and Jeff Hardy, versus the Acolytes, Farouk and Bradshaw, versus Doom and Boom, the team of Big Boom, AJ and QT Martial. And then on Saturday, the final one will be Decay, Abyss and the Beast Mortos versus the Wyatt family, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, versus Los Psycho Circus, Pagano and Psycho Clown, versus the Dark Order again, but this time Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. So yeah, big opportunities. Chessman's also due to be in some more action. We've got a match for him on Saturday. He'll be joining Wolfpack Sting, Demon Finn Balor, the Great Muta, in a match of basically people who wear red and black attires. We could have put Kane in there as well, couldn't we, really? That was an option. We've got some interest. I did add an extra match in for tomorrow as well, by the way. It's a weird one, but I've added Doink the Clown versus Crush. I wanted to try and use Doink the Clown because he's creepy, it's Halloween, it sort of makes sense to utilise him, but at the same time, I've never had any idea of what really to do with Doink. We do get our first elimination now. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know who it is. That looks like it could be Alex Reynolds, you know. No, it is Alex Reynolds. Okay, Alex Reynolds is gone. Yeah, I didn't really know what to do with Doink the Clown, so I just googled what Doink's biggest feud was, and it came up with Crush. So I thought we'd give a bit of Doink the Clown versus Crush as well tomorrow. So yeah, John Silver now on his own, and like I said in the past, when people do end up on their own, it's not very often they go on to win this one. I do think that Silver and Reynolds are probably the underdogs for this one. I feel like Undertaker and Kane have got to be the favourites, surely. Chessman now with a pin on John Silver. Both members of the Dark Order could be gone here. The referee is awful, though. Very, very slow to get anywhere near the pinfall. Look at Ice there with a steel chair taking down the Undertaker. And I think if these other guys were smart, they would concentrate down the Undertaker and Kane, really. That seems like the obvious way forward. There's a sit-out powerbomb there by Electroshock now on Oscar Lieb. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm just going to do Lieb every time now. Undertaker now getting suplexed there by Yuto Ice. Kane working over Chessman. Pin now by Electroshock on Oscar as well. I mean, it's a big debut for the Knockout Brothers. If they can pull off a win in their debut, that would be insane. Kane look for the chokeslam. Yuto Ice able to roll him through. And a hockey stick there by John Silver took out Yuto Ice, but Kane was one step too far. Electroshock now powerbombs Oscar Lieb. Nice takedown pin here, I think, by Kane on Chessman. It's difficult to see because the cameraman is a bit iffy. The Ice there just clotheslining Kane. Silver now, nice shoulder block taking down Yuto Ice. John Silver on his own, but trying his hardest to survive. That's all he needs to do here. It's not about, this point in the match is not about winning the match. This point in the match is about survival. If you can get yourself down to the final two, that's where you really then need to start pushing. I think for now, just sort of survive. Just back off, let the damage be done around you. Pin now, I can't see who it is. I think it's somebody on, I think it was Chessman on Oscar. As John Silver now with a boot in the face of the Undertaker. John Silver now stalking the Undertaker. Big boot in the head. Undertaker is able to avoid. There's the strikes by Taker. And a big headbutt taken down John Silver. There's the pin for the 1, the 2. Referee's so freaking slow. That should have been a free count. Really should have been a free count, but there you go. That is also not a free count. Electroshock still trying to eliminate. Look how much Taker has to bend down to pick up John Silver. He's a dinky man, isn't he? There's the last ride, and I think that is John Silver's last ride in this match if the referee can actually speed things up. There we go. 1, 2, and 3. There goes John Silver. The Dark Order's John Silver and Alex Reynolds have been eliminated from this match. They moved down to -2 after 4 matches as a tag team. It's not been a very good couple of weeks for them, but at least they've been involved. That's the main thing, isn't it? As singles, it's the same, -2 after 4 for Alex Reynolds. For John Silver, oh, he's already on -2 after 4. He must have had another match at some point as well, but now he drops down to a -3 after 5. So then there were 3 tag teams left in this one. Electroshock and Chessman, Undertaker and Kane, Oscar Lieb and Yuto Ice. Undertaker is flat out. Kane, his brother, is working the elbows on Ice. Ice, Ice, baby. And Ice now, nope. Kane flies at the back and trips Ice over. I shouldn't say Ice too many times. I might get done for being a political video at this point. You never know. Undertaker taking Ice up and going to tombstone him on the outside. But the problem is he's right in front of his tag team. Or maybe he's not. Oscar is running away, getting into a fight now with Electroshock. Kane should have gone for the pin there, but Oscar with a tombstone of his own on Electroshock. There's the pin. That could be an elimination there for one of the AAA entrants in this match. No, he kicks out. Okay. And Oscar now oh my god, okay. Oscar's going for another tombstone on Electroshock. Undertaker caught him and Oscar just got dropped. Well, Oscar just dropped Electroshock right in his head. There is Oscar now with a pin on Electroshock. Chessman able to come across and break it up. And Kane does get the elimination there on Yuto Ice. Oscar's on his own. One half of the Knockout Brothers are gone. That's going to make things very difficult for Oscar, but not impossible. I think Taker and Kane are going to get this, you know. I said they were the favourites to start with, and I just think it's inevitable for them to go through and get the victory in this. Yuto Ice making his way... Well, he's trying to make his way to the back, but he's caught on some ring steps, as you do. Chessman now with a pin on Kane. And you saw Oscar there trying to block off the Undertaker. That was a smart move. Didn't really work out like, but it was a smart move. Oscar now taking Undertaker up. Taker slides out the back and chops away at the back of the knee of Oscar Luede. The problem with Yuto Ice is still jammed, you know. He can't get past those ring steps for love nor money. Luckily, this isn't a gauntlet match, because that would really ruin the gauntlet match at this point in time. Chessman now around the back of Kane. Electroshock DDT on the Undertaker. If one of Kane or Undertaker gets eliminated, that could really make things interesting. Undertaker there with a strike right in the gut of Chessman. Chessman now goes straight into the ring steps by Taker. Yuto Ice has finally broken free. He's out of here. So we've got both members of Electroshock and Chessman, both of the Brothers of Destruction. One Knockout Brother is left. Pin now by Electroshock on Undertaker. Oh, it's still only a 2 count. Electroshock now sending Kane straight in to the ring steps. Electroshock is showing a great ability here today. Spinning round, sit out, power bomb. 1, 2, and 3. Taker's gone. Okay. So, we need to keep in mind that Electroshock has just pinned the Undertaker. Electroshock has just pinned the Undertaker. If Undertaker and Kane don't win this match, which I think at this point is looking very likely that Chessman and Electroshock should get the win. It's 2-on-1-on-1 here. But yeah, Electroshock has just pinned the Undertaker, which makes things interesting because we know the Undertaker's scheduled to defend the Hardcore Championship next week at ECW's show. I mean, there's a possibility that Electroshock might end up resting twice here, but do we have that spare space at Halloween Havoc on Sunday? Do we put Electroshock versus The Undertaker in there for a Hardcore Championship match? Let's see what happens here first, but that's the question I want you guys to think about here. As Electroshock also pins Oscar Luede. So the Knockout Brothers are eliminated on their debut here, but they've put up a decent performance. They both moved down to a -1 as singles and a -1 as a tag team. But Electroshock is really having a stunning debut here. So yeah, I mean it's going to happen, isn't it? And it's a 2-on-1 situation. If Kane is pinned here by Electroshock and Chessman, which I'm pretty sure he's going to be, it will mean that Electroshock will wrestle twice, but do we do Undertaker versus Electroshock as well at Halloween Havoc for the SWE. I mean, yeah, we could do. I mean, Kane's already wrestling at Halloween Havoc as well, actually, isn't he? So I'm screwed if I do, screwed if I don't at this point, to be honest. I think he should get the chance. He's just pinned The Undertaker. No one's pinned The Undertaker in ages. Taker's been super, super dominant. We've seen just this week alone, of course, he defeated Mordecai yesterday in a casket match. He defeated Terry Funk at the pay-per-view. He won that huge Monsters Ball 10-man gauntlet match last week as well. Undertaker's had a fantastic run. Also the win in the War Games last week as well. And for Electroshock to pin him, I don't think that's any small thing, unless... I mean, we've already got a number 1 contendership match sorted for the Hardcore Championship next week at ECW's show. So I don't really want it to spin into that, and the only real option is putting it on the pay-per-view and making Electroshock do double duty. Which I don't think he's going to be against. I mean, he's got a chance of fighting for 2 championships. He's not going to be against working twice. I mean, I'm still assuming he's going to win, but I mean, look at the situation. There's no way he's losing this, is there, surely? Don't call me Shirley. Electroshock now, looking for that big boot in the face. Chessman with a neck breaker. Chessman now with a pin on Kane. It's a matter of time, but it's still time that's counting down. It's not done yet. Electroshock with a boot in the back of the leg. Electroshock now as what has been a stunning debut for Electroshock, by the way. Not just eliminating The Undertaker, also getting more eliminations as well. Brainbuster by Chessman. Kane rolled out, thinking he was getting out of danger, but rolled straight into Electroshock, who sent him back into the ring. Electroshock now with the pin for the 1, 2, and there it is. There's the pin. What a win. What a win for the debuting Electroshock and Chessman as a tag team. They get +4 from 1 now by winning that huge match. The Brothers of Destruction, who I said were the favourites to go on and win it, have not. We haven't used Malachi Black at Halloween Havoc, have we? He would have made sense to get some use out of, wouldn't he, really? But there you go. And what am I doing? Undertaker and Kane, they lose. They move down to a +5 after 20. Into the singles rankings then. Electroshock with his debut win moves up to +1 after 1. Chessman with that win moves up to +3 after 11. Undertaker, who's been in incredible form, suffers a first tag team loss of the year, moves down to a +17 after 60, so still very good. It's Kane, man. Kane loses everything. I've just realised that's what it is. Kane is already right at the bottom of our rankings, and now with that point, just sinks even deeper. Moving down to -9 after 40. What can we do with Kane to make him half useful? I've got no idea. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Should we add an extra match in at Halloween Havoc? I think it's only fair that Electroshock gets an opportunity at the Hardcore Championship one-on-one against The Undertaker. I think it's only fair that happens, even though he's already wrestling now for the SWE YouTube Tag Team Championships. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Electroshock is... I mean, I suppose this is the point of the... I keep forgetting to change these bloody victories away from feminine ones, but there you go. Yeah, he is rocking a very Hannibal Lecter-esque attire. I think it'd be a really cool match to have. Electroshock versus The Undertaker for the SWE Tag Team Championships. And there we go. Alright, I'll love you, leave you. Good night, God bless. I'll be the same. Thank you very much for watching. We've got one more match planned in for you today. That'll be Superman Penta versus Lex Luger. Tomorrow, Doink the Clown versus Crush. Mr. Iguana and the new iteration of La Parka goes up against Leon Slater and Javon Evans. Going to copy the match that happened in the real NXT Halloween Havoc. And then we'll have another tag team #1 contendership to join, of course, Rated RKO, Chessman and Electroshock in that tag title match at the pay-per-view. That'll be... Bloody recording software cut me off, didn't it? Let's start that again. YouTube Tag Team Championship #1 contendership match #2 tomorrow. Mexico's Most Wanted, Damien 666 and Halloween versus the Broken Hardys, Matt and Jeff versus the Acolytes, Farouk and Bradshaw versus Boom and Doom, Big Boom AJ, and QT Martial. I'll see you all for that tomorrow. Please do like and subscribe to the bigger stuff, and like I said, I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.